All right, so let's talk about some shady real estate terms that not a lot of people maybe know or even talk about. And this is for renters, buyers, sellers, but primarily those that are interested in purchasing or selling a home. And let me just start by saying we're continuing our conversation in fair housing. April is Fair Housing Month, so this is all the information about discrimination in housing. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Kim McBride, also known as Get Keys with Kim. I'm a licensed associate broker as well as a broker in real estate in Maryland, DC, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and the Dominican Republic. Let's talk about it, y'all. All right, so our first word is steering. And steering is when a real estate agent tries to guide buyers away or to certain areas based on one of the protected classes. Now remember, federally there are 7, but there can be many depending on where you live, your city, your state, and your county. So let me give you an example. I appear as a Black woman, and so if an agent were to say something to me like, hey, maybe you don't want to live here, you might want to live here where people look like you or where people eat fried chicken or stuff like that, where they try to steer you to or away from a neighborhood based on one of the protected classes like race. Remember, agents are supposed to provide facts and not opinions. So this is a clear violation of fair housing. Then there is another term known as blockbusting, and this is a scare tactic. This is oftentimes when someone will tell a homeowner or someone who lives in a particular area that could be a seller maybe in the future to scare them into selling because they say a certain group of people are getting ready to move into an area. And this was big. I mean, it's big now, but it was really big in the 60s and 70s, where a lot of areas in which were predominantly white, let's just say, there were affluent or well-to-do or deserving Black individuals that were interested in moving into certain communities, so maybe out of the city and into the county or the suburbs or in the rural areas. And there were people that were saying, you better sell before this area changes. That's known as blockbusting. Now, the next term we're going to talk about is redlining. And this is primarily happening amongst financial institutions or lending institutions, any place that offers loans to homeowners. And so oftentimes what will happen is banks and financial institutions will draw literally a red line around certain communities and either deny loans in that area, require higher down payments, or putting more money towards the purchase of the house. Or they would do things known as predatory lending, where they would increase insurance payments in those areas or try to steer individuals from that area maybe to another area, or from another area to an area in which redlining is happening. Now, one that is very similar to blockbusting is known as panic selling. And that is when another scare or fear tactic is used to cause a seller to hurry up and sell their house, even if it means it's below its value. So it instills fear into a people or into a neighborhood that makes them want to hurry up and sell the house. And then even if it means they're going to take a loss. And then last but not least, there's something known as discriminatory advertising. So this could say things like perfect for couples, or Christians only community, or no children allowed. Again, that violates fair housing because these are protected classes. And therefore, if there is advertisement that shuts out a group of people, you're looking at a violation and then further legal action being taken due to discrimination. Advertising is meant to be inclusive, and so anytime there's non-inclusivity, we run into issues. But nonetheless, you've learned something new today, right? If you've learned something new today, I want you to drop a house in the chat. Let me know that you're with me, that you made it all the way to the end. And then I want you to do some other things for me. I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to comment, I want you to follow, I want you to come back, I want you to ask your questions, I want you to make it a great day on purpose, and then do what? Get keys with Kim. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Deuces.